Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me on my porch today. Um, we're going to talk about Psalm 41. And whenever somebody talks to me about when somebody is mean to them, I always think about this, or I always say if somebody's asking. So when somebody's mean to me, I think about this, or when somebody's asking my advice, this is what I say. I say this. I said, you don't know what has happened in that person's life to make them act that way, to make them respond in that angry way. And it's just our job to love them and to not respond with the same meanness or anger back. And my mom, in the story that I told in the writing, did exactly the right thing in going back over and over and over again to see the mean lady. Now, I do want to be clear right here, though. I want to say something. If somebody is abusing you, and there's like a difference here, that's not okay. You don't go back over and over again to somebody who's physically or mentally abusing you. That's when you put up a healthy boundary. You don't put up with that sort of thing. That's not what this woman was doing. She was just saying mean little petty things to my mom, and obviously was hurting and needed somebody in her life. She was lonely and had to put up a tough exterior, and all the other women who had gone to visit her would come back from visiting her and kind of made fun of her or talked about her, and they never went back to visit her again. And I think that kind of led to the way that she treated my mom, because she had this like train of people who come to visit her, and then they wouldn't come back. And so listen to the words that the psalmist wrote. "O Lord, I prayed, have mercy on me, heal me, for I have sinned against you. But my enemies say nothing but evil about me. How soon will he die and be forgotten, they ask. They visit me as if they were my friends, but all the while they gather gossip, and when they leave, they spread it everywhere. All who hate me whisper about me, imagining the worst. He has some fatal disease, they say. He will never get out of that bed. Even my best friend, the one I trusted completely, the one who shared my food, has turned against me." So that type of betrayal in a life can build up a tough exterior on somebody. And possibly with this woman, there had been some bad experiences in her life. That's how you don't know what's happened in somebody's life to make them be the way they are. But the other is true as well. If the very first woman who had visited her had showed her radical hospitality, things would have gone completely different. Or if she had had different cases her whole life of radical hospitality, maybe she wouldn't have been that way as she sat there in that assisted living facility. The way that our community responds to us shapes us. The way our families respond to us shape us, and the way our community responds to us shapes us. And if our community shuns us and shames us for the things in our lives, then that has a profound effect on us for the rest of our lives. And so there's no telling what made this woman be the way she was. And she softened to my mother, and they ended up having a wonderful, a good rapport with each other. And the woman, like I said, ended up looking forward to my mom's visits. It was something that she obviously needed in her lives. And so what's important is that we're meant to have a community that surrounds us. And the thing with that community is that community's meant to stand around us when things are going good and when things are going bad. That community's meant to like cheer us on when we're shining stars and things are going great, but they're also meant to like hold us up when we're at rock bottom. And if our community abandons us when we're at rock bottom, that is hurtful for the soul, and it can have lifelong implications. And so the message of this psalm is about the pain of not having a community with you, and that crying out to God and lamenting of that loss, because we are made for community. And so I have some questions for you about if you've ever experienced something like that, or if you've ever been the person who've done that, because we're not always the hero in the story. Sometimes we've been the person who's done the bad thing. We've been the person who hasn't visited the person, or who went and said, there's no way I'm visiting this person again. And so just tough questions, easy questions, and then what is radical hospitality to you, and then how can you serve in your local community? So that's all I have for today. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.